क्या खुदा काश हमारी औलाद संभाल वैसी होती, तो डाल देते तख्ते सल्तनत का बोझ उसके कंधों पर और सुकून से मर जाते. शेवटचं वाक्य औरंगजेबाचं होतं. संभाजी महाराजांची त्यांनी किती लढाया केल्या, त्यांच्यावर सगळीकडनं वार झाले, सगळीकडनं. म्हणजे छावाचं पुस्तक तुम्ही जर वाचलं, ब्रिटिश झाले, पोर्तुगीज झाले, निजाम झाले, परत औरंगजेब मुघल झाले, या सगळ्यांनी त्यांना घेरलं, अक्षरशः घेरलं. त्यातूनही त्यांनी वाट काढली आणि स्वराज्याला एक नवीन उमेद घेऊन दिली. छत्रपती संभाजी महाराज जेव्हा गेले त्याच्यानंतर 28 वर्ष महाराष्ट्र लढला. हे सगळ्यात मोठी गोष्ट. विदाऊट राजा नसतानाही लढला महाराष्ट्र सगळ्या विरोधात. मग ते भक्कम पेरणी उभी केली त्या लीडरने, छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज, संभाजी महाराज. इवन कांट फॉरगेट द कॉन्ट्रिब्युशन ऑफ विदाऊट त्यांनी काय शिक्षण दिलं छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज, संभाजी महाराज यांना. ताराराणी झाल्या, त्यांनी खूप 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 म्हणजे जीवाच्या आकांक्षाने लढले महाराष्ट्रासाठी. सो हा एक बॅकड्रॉप होता, हा इतिहास आहे. जेव्हा आपण कुठलंही पाऊल उचलतो तेव्हा हे विचार केला पाहिजे की. आणि अजून एक होतं, मी जेव्हा छोटा होतो तेव्हा छत्रपती कोण, हू इज छत्रपती हे मला माहीत नव्हतं. म्हणजे छत्रपती एक राजा आहे तेवढंच माहीत होतं. पण मला एका माझ्या मित्राने सांगितलं छत्रपती विचार आहे, विचार तो सर्वसामान्यांच्या मनात पेरला गेलेला आहे. म्हणून छत्रपती हा विचार आहे. तुम्ही पण छत्रपती आहात. तुमच्या मनातला आधी ते लागवा की वी कॅन डू समथिंग फॉर द कंट्री, वी कॅन डू समथिंग फॉर ऑल. दॅट इज वॉट अ गुड ब्युरोक्रेट इज. सो हेच हेच एक इंटेन्शन होतं हर्षवर्धनला मला कव्हर करून घ्यायला एक शॉर्टमध्ये छत्रपती संभाजी महाराज कोण होते ते. नाव आय वुड लाईक टू हँड ओव्हर द माईक टू मिलिंद who will give the following instructions. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Good morning everyone. Yeah. So registrations will be closed by 10:15. So I request all to please contact their friends and tell them to come before time. I will just give some instructions for the event. Before we get started with the event, I would like to take a moment to thank you all for joining us today. Your presence here is truly appreciated and it wouldn't be possible without your support. As we prepare to begin, I kindly request everyone to please take a moment to switch off or silence your mobile phones so that we can fully focus on the event. Also, if anyone needs or anyone wants to step out of the auditorium, please make sure to do it as quietly as possible so that others will not get distracted.
As there is some time for the guests to arrive, I will tell about the activities and timings and locations of the events to be held during this two-day conclave. So today's activities are, the first activity is competitive exam roundtable. The location is C Building Auditorium and it will start by 11:45. The second activity is competitive exam KSA. The location is C Building Auditorium and it will start by 1:45. The third activity is quiz. The location is C Building Auditorium and it will start by 3:30. All these activities will be held in auditorium. And activities for tomorrow are, the first activity is picture perception and discussion test, that is PPDT. The location is Mechanical Building C1202 and it will start by 9:30. The second activity is situation reaction test, that is SRT. The location is Mechanical Building C1201 and it will start by 10:30. The third activity is debate. The location is Mechanical Building C1 Seminar Hall and it will start by 11:15.
So we request you all to please maintain the discipline till our guests arrive.
सगळ्यांना लक्ष द्या. तुमचे मोबाईल तुम्ही सायलेंट करून ठेवा प्रोग्रामसाठी. So coming towards our CEC, आता CEC काय आहे? तुला आमच्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीज काय काय झाले आता खूप सारे आम्ही ॲक्टिव्हिटीज केले होते तुला कॉलेजमध्ये आमच्या. So this is a short video of our activities. You all can go through it. So this is our first induction program. You can see our journey started 1 year back. This was the first week. We started to build a foundation from here. 5 जण एकत्र आले, इंडक्शन दिला, खूप सारे चॅलेंजेस आले. सो एक शॉर्ट जर्नी तुम्हाला दाखवतो आमची, ज्याच्यामध्ये सगळे ॲक्टिव्हिटीज काय काय कवर झाले म्हणजे एक ब्रीफ छोटीशी. एसे रायटिंग, डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन झाली, ग्रुप डिस्कशन, जनरल टॉक्स, डाऊट क्लिअरिंग सेशन्स होते. वेगळ्या कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह एक्झाम्सबद्दल डाऊट्स होते कोण आम्हाला. सो हे लोहगड विजिट होती आमची. NCC अवेअरनेस सेमिनार, NCCचे कॅडेट्स पण बोलवले होते आणि त्यांनी एक ब्रीफ दिला NCC काय असते, खूप सारे कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह एक्झाम्स काय असतात. असे खूप सारे ॲक्टिव्हिटीज आम्ही कंडक्ट करतो आणि डेली लर्निंग सेशन्स म्हणून एक आहे आमचा.
I request everyone to maintain discipline. Jai Hind, I am Milan, and on the occasion of Competitive Exam Conclave, I extend a warm welcome to the Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. R.S. Joshi, Honorable Deputy Director, Professor A.S. Devasari, Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Arya Dubal, Head of the Departments, Deans, Faculty Members, and Aspirants on behalf of Competitive Exam Cell RSCOE. Dear friends, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today, and that's why we are here today to clear those doubts and pave the way for a brighter future. As we gather here at the CEC Conclave, let us keep in mind the motto of Shastra Hi Shastra, which means knowledge is the most powerful weapon we possess. As the anchors of this event, we are thrilled to welcome each and every one of you. We believe that by coming together to learn and share our knowledge, we can make a real difference in our lives and in the world around us.
We all know that the journey from being an aspirant to a successful person is not an easy one. It requires a willingness to take actions, to step out of our comfort zone and pursue our dreams with determination and dedication. And that's exactly what this 2-day conclave is all about. Over the next 2 days, we will have the opportunity to hear from some of the brightest minds in the field, to participate in interactive conferences, events, sessions, and discussions, and to network with other aspiring individuals like ourselves.
So let us embrace this opportunity with open arms and let us approach it with a sense of curiosity, a hunger for knowledge, and a determination to succeed. Together we can overcome any doubts and challenges that stand in our way, and we can emerge stronger and more prepared than ever before. So let's get started and let's make the most of this incredible opportunity to learn, grow, and achieve our goals.
Before we proceed further, I would like everyone to please raise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की जय भारत माता की जय I request everyone to please be seated.
Saraswati Vandana is a powerful tool for invoking the blessings of the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. It reminds us to approach education and creativity with humility and a spirit of learning.
So I request all the dignitaries to kindly come forward and light the lamp. As we all at CEC idealize the great sons of India, I request the dignitaries to pay tribute to Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw sir, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir, and General Bipin Rawat sir. Thank you, all the dignitaries.
We are fortunate to have with us as a chief guest Mr. R.S. Joshi sir for today's conclave. Sir is a professor of civil engineering and carries with him rich experience of setting up educational institutes. Sir is associated with JSPM group from more than 2 decades. I request Professor A.S. Devasthari, Deputy Director of RSCOE, to felicitate our chief guest, Dr. R.S. Joshi, President, JSPM University, Pune. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Akhil sir, Faculty Coordinator of CEC, to give more insights about Competitive Exam Conclave and Competitive Exam Club.
A very good morning to all. Honorable Chief Guest of the function, Dr. Joshi sir, Honorable Deputy Director Dr. Rajarshi sir, Dean Student Affairs Dubal ma'am, all the deans, heads of the department, and my fellow aspirants. I begin it with saying that all of you are my fellow aspirants. I have been tasked to introduce to you the competitive exam cell and this conclave. I will be doing this by answering 3 questions. All of 3 are why. My first question is, why competitive exams? Maybe 40 years ago, an engineering graduate, maybe in civil engineering or electrical engineering, they used to get a direct appointment in the government as a junior engineer, if I am not wrong. There were a lot of opportunities. But then India is a growing country. We are now the most populous country. And the thing that comes with population is competition. Earlier, there was probably a shortage of individuals, of people who could work. Now, there is a plenty. And to tackle this, there is a system, and that system forms the competitive exams. If we look at the Imperial Civil Services, ICS, one of my favorite Imperial Civil Services officer is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. When you look at Netaji, what comes to your mind? That will answer why competition. Because these exams, when we prepare, it is not just for a job. It is the curriculum, the syllabus, what all required for that exam is to be seen in the personality of the students. With this aim in mind, and this being one of our missions, it is to inculcate officer-like qualities in students. Because when we are out there to serve the public, we need to be slightly different. We need to have that personality. Hence, competitive exams. That is why they are difficult. That is why they are a set different from what the normal things are. My second question was, why competitive exams sell? 1 year ago, fellow aspirants approached me and they wanted a classroom to study after the college, sir. I asked them, why do you need a classroom after college? They said, sir, we are like-minded people that we are preparing for these exams and we would like to do it in our classroom. I said, fine, but classroom is one thing. What happens inside is more important. That was the genesis of competitive exam cell. We are not focusing on any one exam. It is not a group or where there is a president or there is a vice president, there is a student coordinator. It is a leadership-based organization where every student is a leader. Every member can take that leadership and go ahead. That is how CEC started its activities. We will be looking at different achievements of CEC, and one of the achievements which I would like to tell all of you here about is we are all about process and we are not about results. We focus on the system, we don't focus on the output in the conventional terms. We are here to build our system, and that will be visible through the 2-day conclave that you are attending. You will see at different functions, at different facets, what these students have been doing. And all of this somewhere goes towards administration and then serving the public at large. The achievement that I was talking about is, yesterday was our birthday, 27th, and all these students standing in white, all of them have forgotten one thing, and I'm proud of it that we did not cut a cake. So this is not about celebrating those milestones, because we are more worried about what we are going to start today and taking it forward from here. Why the conclave? My third important point that I wish to address. There are many students here who have approached or who have registered, maybe last moment. In fact, yesterday after that video, there was a surge of registrations. So all of us, one problem in these competitive exams, and I have been through it, is that they are expensive. If you want to become an IAS officer, it is very expensive for the boys. You have to pay a fee of 100 rupees. And even more expensive for the girls, because the application is fee 0. What is this expense? The expense is we are paying for the preparation with our time. We are investing 2 to 3 years behind a goal, and the probability of reaching that goal is minuscule. If I tell you, go to the shop and there is a 0.001% that you will get what you want, nobody will go to that shop. Statistically, it should not be done. Still, students are doing it. That is why this conclave. I want all of you to begin on the journey of being an aspirant, developing those officer-like qualities, developing the ability, the aptitude, the tenor, the attitude, knowledge, skills and attitude we will be talking about in the next session. But all this should be done consciously. It shouldn't be done just because he is also taking computer or he is also becoming a civil engineer. I'll also do that. We should enter this race with full consciousness. And to begin that is why we are organizing this conclave. This is the inaugural function. After this, there's going to be a round table where I'll just break the surprise, all of you are going to be the participants. Right now, there will be somebody on stage. Round table is around, half of it will be on stage, half of it will be there. And we are going to talk. We are going to discuss. We are going to understand. Remove our fears. Know our strengths. Then there will be a KSA session where somebody who's experienced, who has worked in the government, now he is into teaching, training students, that person will come and they will explain to the students how the process takes place. We are going to have some quiz. For the CDS, we have been doing these activities for the last 1 year and it is quite popular, so we will be having a couple of activities tomorrow. And that is how we are going to network, we are going to understand, more importantly, we are going to experience. That should make all of us not just aware. Everybody is aware. To prepare for UPSC, you need to give 2 days. To prepare for a CDS, you need to have this. Current affairs, notes. No, you have to be conscious. Identify yourself and then commit to the process. The platform is ready, as I said before. Random students came to me, they started, and here we are. This platform should just go and spread far and wide. This is the only thing that we expect from this conclave, from the cell, and from this college. More importantly, we have some guests from other colleges also. I welcome them all if I have missed that. But this is the movement that we are starting from today, wherein we want to develop a culture where we approach competitive exam not for one job. We approach a competitive exam because we want to be better. If the result doesn't go in my favor, it doesn't matter. Even if I am doing a regular job, people will know this person is different because his preparation is different. To begin that preparation, to wish you all the best and to extend my gratitude to the chief guests here, all above, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving insights about Conclave and Excel. Today, we are launching our CEC magazine, Shakti, and I am excited to tell you all about our magazine. Within the pages of our magazine, you will find a treasure trove of knowledge, various insights, and perspectives on a diverse range of topics spanning various domains. From our exciting field visits to repeating guest talks, our magazine is a testament to the sheer passion and commitment of our team. I request the dignitaries to please reveal our magazine. Thank you, dignitaries.
started 1 year ago. We came together and have been working as the members of this group. CEC gives opportunity to every member. Based on our experiences and learnings, we framed a set of rules and guiding principles. This important document, the Constitution of CEC, will serve as the foundation of our philosophy and working. We call these the Nitishastra. I request the dignitaries to please unveil the CEC's Nitishastra.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor A.S. Deputy Director of RSCOE, to share his thoughts.
Good morning. Respective Chief Guest Dr. Ravi Joshi sir, dear aspirant of CEC cell and the participants from outside college. I will heartily welcome you for this conclave. First, before starting my speech, I will just congratulate to the Professor Ravi Joshi and his team for organizing this particular conclave. In the history of RSCOE, I think that this is something different as I'm observing, because in the rest of the cell, generally, as it is rightly told by Professor Akhil Joshi sir, that there is a president, treasurer and so on. But here in this case, everybody is a leader, right? This is one good thing. That's why I like this particular inauguration of the conclave, because it is something different, and nowadays I think that it is very, very important, because as we know that there are lots of competition, and in this competition, if we stand somewhere, then we have to study or we have to regulate ourselves to be in a particular way. You know that RSCOE is established in 2000. Initially, we have started having only 3 branches, only 15 faculty members and 150 students. Within this journey of 20 years, we have achieved lots of things. We have accredited 4 times. NBA accreditation is there, NAC accreditation is there. We are in ARAI ranking, also NIRF ranking. In the 2019, we got autonomy. Now the first batch of autonomy is passing out this year. And in this good thing is that during this autonomy, we are, rather than these fellows are introducing something different for the student, right? As it is already discussed by Akhil Joshi sir, this is the first anniversary of the CEC cell. I can say that this is a very small child, but by observing the things, I damn sure that within 4 or 5 years from our college, at least one student will be either IAS or IPS, it must be there. I'm confident about that. Because the way in which this CEC cell is running, I think that surely will get some fruit of this particular EC cell. Now, secondly, as we know that, as it is rightly told by Akhil Joshi sir, it is something different in what sense? It is not a to study something, there should be something, it must be in a mind or it must be in a heart that you have to study something, you have to do something different. This cell is not necessary to produce IAS or IPS. It is just to develop yourself, a leadership quality, how to study for this competitive exam, this is, I think, that the main motto of this particular CEC cell. As it is rightly written in that book that Shastra is a Shastra. It is quite obvious that unless and until we are not doing hardly, it is a bit difficult to get a success. And I think that within few years, we'll observe that this particular cell goes to a very big height. With this, I think, good luck to this particular cell, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring words, and we are sure that we will walk on the same path for becoming a good IPS or IS officer and serve for the country. Now I am delighted to invite our today's chief guest, Dr. R.S. Joshi, sir, to address the aspirants and to declare the conclave as open.
A very good morning to all of you. The respected colleagues on the dais, Dr. Devastari sir, Dubal madam, and my colleagues sitting in front of me, who've been with JSPM for the last so many years. Those who have registered here from the outside JSPM, guests, and my dear officers. I call you as officers, you're not aspirants. Why? I'll come to it later on when I conclude my speech. Basically, first of all, I want to congratulate all of you for being here. And for myself also, congratulations for myself, because I am also here, because somebody's loss is somebody's gain. Probably a different IS officer was supposed to come and inaugurate this function. And maybe because of commitments, I happen to be in his chair and addressing you. It may be your loss, but it's my gain because I got a chance to talk to you students. As I said, joined JSPM in the year 2001 as a faculty. And the journey has been, as I said, ups and downs, but at the top of it, we all look back and satisfy ourselves that whatever work our faculty, our students have put in, it has paid dividends. Similarly, the seed which was sown last year in the classroom number, 203? 201 of JSPM is going to be a big tree. It's a hallmark because I see the way this is being organized. I looked at the itinerary, I looked at the programs which you are going to organize in the next 2 days. They are really wonderful. I'm very happy to be here inaugurating this particular function. You have more interest things to come than a chief guest speech. I know that, but still I have to do my duty as a chief guest to inaugurate this. I want to share it not as a director of JSPM, not as a president of JSPM University. I want to share it as one of you officers. I address you as officers, as I told you, because for me, you are an officer already. One day, I think April or March, April last year, I walked into 201 and there was a group of students, boys and girls, talking about it, and they had organized on Lecturette a topic on that particular topic, and I happened to be there, so I shared some of my ideas, some of my thoughts with them, and it was really a learning experience when I looked at the face of the students. They really want to do something in life. It's not going through the routine of the life, but making it happen, that you are fashioning your life the way you want to do it. That is the first why, because they are. When Akhil sir said about why, this is very important thing, because you are together because of an idea. You are not forced by your HOD that if you don't come, I'll cut your marks. You're not forced by your principal or you're not forced by your friends. You'll all be there because you want to do something in life. You want to achieve something in life. And that very idea brings you. If that is your why, then definitely this club has a very long and a sustainable life. And that is what I see just now. So what I said, officers, why? Number one, to be an officer, what do you require? What do you need? Well, I think you may have a different views on that. Whatever I know a little bit about it, of course I didn't study these things. Public administration, we were thrown into public administration, we were doing that. Without any study, one day we were all teaching together in Bharati Vidyapith, and Saraswathi sir established college in 2001, and I was asked whether I am ready to join this, to run the college. I didn't know anything about running the college. I only knew about teaching. But I said yes, I jumped. What was my why? Because I wanted to learn how the institutions are run. How the students are educated, what is given to them. We had our own ideas. We could implement them in this college. As Devastali shared with you, that's what we try to do it right from the day one. We learned by hard ways. We learned by committing mistakes. We learned, that was a conscious learning. We all do mistakes. Everybody does mistake. But only thing is, when we go back to it, we learn from it, and next time when the situation arises, we don't commit that mistake. That is what is a conscious learning from your mistake. That we did so that we came up to this level, and today JSPM has established a university of its own. So the reason is very simple. Because as I said, as your CEC, and it's got a competitive exam cell. Well, I've got something about that particular name, I'll come to it later on. It is a cell. Understand? What I see it as, no more a cell, because all of these people, they are almost self-empowered. Understand? You're all empowered. And as he said rightly, that means in a few days from now, this is going to spread across to the department, across to the colleges, probably the neighboring colleges also. People will come and join your organization. Let anybody who wants to be an officer, anybody who wants to be one with the Nitishastra, because you have to follow that kind of a code of conduct, he is welcome, and you can expand your competitive exam cell. Don't call it the competitive exam cell, call it as, I wrote it down, it is Cultivating Empowered Community. It is not for one person. It is the entire community is empowered. And you people are the flag bearers of that. You are able to cultivate that in other people so that they also become empowered and develop officer-like qualities. The first quality which I see is discipline. I hope you all agree with that. Yes, it is the fundamental quality which guarantees the other things. So therefore, you must cultivate discipline in life. You are going to be officers. You are also responsible for somebody else's actions, somebody else's work. How are you going to stand on your pedestal and say that, yes, I do what I say? I'll share an out of context example. It's with the teachers because we've been spent our life in teaching community, so all our examples are related to the teachers. I was teaching in Bharati Vidyapith, 95, 96, 97. So 7:30 used to be the muster time. That means you have to sign your muster so that your attendance is marked and your salary for that day is assured. So 7:30 we used to go sign the muster. And of course, as I always had a habit of going there early, so always signed it at maybe 7:10, 7:15. So there are few of them, sir. And our cabin, where our staff room was there, it was overlooking the parking lot. It was overlooking the parking lot. So we did an experiment. I said, we'll just write what happens. Every time there, 7:34, 7:33, people used to rush with the two-wheelers, park there, start running, and to sign the muster at 7:30. Even today it may be here, I don't know, but it used to be there at the time. The peon used to take the muster, call him up, again sign it, and then so that day attendance is marked. So one day we planned something. I said we'll watch them who are coming, who are these habitual last comers. I don't say late comers. Some of you, they signed muster at exactly 7:34, 30 seconds. I don't call them as a late muster. They signed the muster, but they signed it at the last moment. After a certain time, we found that 20% of the same people repeated that particular thing. 20% of them, they were always there. They were all come late and sign it at the last moment. What does it indicate? That means that habituated, you are habituated to come at that last moment to sign this. You are not planning your life to see that you can reach there 15 minutes before to sign the muster. That is the mindset of the, and that mindset has to go from the officers if you want to have discipline in life. Understand? And the same teachers, when we had a principal's meeting, they complained, "Sir, bachche time pe nahi aate." Imagine that. So therefore, being in time for the job, for the work, for the anything is there, that is the first prerogative or the first quality of any of you people. As an officer, you have to lead it by example. Number two, first you have to work on your own self. You want to become officers and you are responsible for others. I don't know whether you have read, maybe like it is a Stephen Covey always said, always the personal victory comes first and then the public victory comes later. What is personal victory? Victory over your own self. You are teaching people to be proactive. Are you proactive? Are you proactive? So you need to be proactive, and what I see from today, definitely all of you are doing that particular thing very well, that proactiveness, I can see it in each and every of your activity. So therefore, first thing is you have to take control of your own life, be able to direct your own life, and then you can direct the lives and the work of other people. How many of us are able to do that? And as an officer, you must be able to do that. That is the first thing you should develop as an officer, what is I according to my. The second thing is courage. The second thing is courage. It is not only a physical courage. Of course, you may grow a mustache, you may grow what is it, and you wear this muscular, go to a gym, become a very heavy, able-bodied man. But inside, if you are timid, you will never become an officer. A successful officer. If you want to be a successful officer, have a courage to tell what you feel like. What your conviction is there, this is correct, tell them. It may be wrong from the other's point of view, but you can tell them that this is what is my observation is there, this is what I feel it is there. So you have a courage to tell what you feel is right. How do you develop that? How do you develop that? You can't go and directly in a meeting, if somebody is conducting a meeting, a responsible person is sitting here like this, somebody wants to say something, they can't stand up and do it. Because you don't have that courage. That you develop by in your day-to-day affairs also. In day-to-day life also, at home, at workplace, with your friends are there, whatever you feel, stand up and politely, firmly, with the conviction, tell them that this is what it is, and that gives you a courage to tell this person. And to have that courage, you must have a self-discipline in life. You just can't have that courage without having the basic fundamental self-discipline of particular life. So second is, you must develop, as an officer, you must develop. Many times, you have to take a decision against the flow of the, as an officer. Am I right? There's a different kind of pressures on you. You have to take a decision as to against the flow. So whether do you have a courage of conviction to take that decision? Think on that. And how do you develop that? That is also an important aspect of being an officer. The third one is a distinct identity. All of you, as an officer, you must have what? a distinct identity. Distinct, I don't mean physical appearance, you wear something so that everybody is looking at you, that is not a distinct. Inside yourself. So when you say something, when you do something, when you act something, so that is distinctiveness is there for observing the people. And how do you get that distinct identity? That distinctive identity which separates you from others. As Akhil said, like you are the members of this particular cultivating empowered community. I'm going to henceforth calling you as a cultivating empowered community, not a cell. It is an examination you're going to pass. Or what is going to happen, as I said, it doesn't matter. You are officers from today onwards. You live the life of an officer. Then you can come. How do you form a distinct identity? By cultivating excellent habits. Without habits, you cannot have a distinctive identity of your own. How do we cultivate good habits? So all of you, every January, you write, what do you call that? What do you call every January? Resolutions. Right? The resolutions. And if you go back, every year we write the same resolutions. Am I right? I know. Why? Because our resolutions last for 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then again we fall back into the same thing. Next year we write down the same resolution. Only thing is we can change the year, almost it becomes the same resolution. Why is that so? Why is that so? Because whatever resolutions we write, they are like cultivating good habits. Probably I want to lose weight, or I want to participate in the marathon, or I want to contribute in the magazine, or I want to achieve a win a championship. So many of them are there. Your resolutions are there. But during the course of that particular time, it slowly peters away. And next, by coming November, December, you are thinking of that, what resolutions I would write again. This time. So, without writing resolutions, in the month of December, you write down how did the year go for you. You write the audit report of your life for that particular year. What did you do? What went well? What did not go well? And what you are looking forward. Instead of writing the resolutions, you write an audit. It will know that where you have not committed to yourself for the time or the work, whatever you are doing. So that will give you a much more clear-cut picture of your life than writing the resolutions and forgetting them. Stop writing resolutions. If you want to do something, you do it. So when you cultivate those habits, a habit is actually a 3-layered. If you study or if you are at James Clear, he tells that. What is it? There are outcome-based habits. What is an outcome-based habits? You want to run a 10-kilometer marathon. Some of you are there, right? Some of you there run that. Do that. Physical activities you are doing. You want to run a 10-kilometer marathon. You have not run your life at all. So you make a plan. You write it. Get up early in the morning. Do some exercises. Then go for maybe half a kilometer, 1 kilometer, slowly 10 kilometers. By the time you reach maybe 2-3 months down there, you have a 10 kilometers marathon coming up. You run that, you win, you get a medal, you come and you hang it in your whatever it is there, and next day morning you get up at 8:30. Why? You have won the marathon. You have completed it is a habit, outcome-based habit. It is a what? A outcome-based habit. Because that habit is there. It is powerful, it is maintained as long as you reach the outcome. After that, it's no more habit for you. Is it sustainable? It is good. Yes, because you have bent upon running one, you have never run in life, but you have done that. You have won a 10-kilometer marathon, you are hanging that medal in this thing. When you look at it, you feel good. But only that relationship, every day you look at it, you feel good and you forget it. So this is a outcome-based habit. Understand? It changes what? The outcome. It gives you an outcome. Suppose you want to lose weight, I go on a diet. In 1 month I lose 5 kgs, 4 kgs, whatever it is there. In 2 months, another 4 kgs, 8 kgs. Third, fourth month, you don't even know that how the weight comes back to you. Unknowingly, again, at the 6-7 months, you are back to normal. But you have achieved that. You have become lost 8 kgs. That is a outcome-based habit. You have an examination coming up. You go there, study whole night. For 20 days, you write the exam, you get a first class. That is a outcome-based habit. After that, you don't study it. You don't study it. As again as this, you must cultivate. As an officer, it is an identity habits, an identity-changing habit. These habits which can change your identity, they are difficult to make sustainable, because over a period of time, you have to keep on doing it, you have to keep on doing it. Understand? You don't want to win a marathon, but you want to be known as a runner. Every day, any time you can run 5 to 10 kilometers. It is your character. It is your identity. Your identity is not as a one-time marathon winner. Your identity is, he is a runner. Your identity is not printing an article in the newspaper or a magazine. Your identity should be what? He is a writer. He is a writer. Look at that. It's an outcome-based habit is what? Publishing one article in the paper. Identity change habit is what? You want to become a writer. You may not publish in the first year, you may not publish second year, but every day in a designated time, you are sitting there and you are writing an article about something which affects your life. You become a writer. Your identity is changed. So you have to cultivate the identity change habits. Then they become sustainable. As an officer, you must cultivate this. Why I called you officer? What's an aspirant? Aspirant is what? You are aiming toward an examination. You want to pass that examination, isn't it? So here, no, you are an officer already. Writing an exam is a part of your activity. If you are a runner, you can run 10 kilometers anytime. With a little more preparation, you go for 21 kilometers or you can go 42 kilometers. So you are an officer already there, and writing an examination, getting through is part of your process. It is not the ultimate aim of your life. That you have to decide, because you are an officer throughout your life, not only for that particular period of time. So when you become an officer, how to conduct yourself, as I said, discipline, courage, and these things will go into fashion your progress as a career. Always think on that. When you're telling somebody else, whether you follow that. When you're answering somebody else, you can just find it out whether you are putting into that kind of officer's qualities which determine your future or your identity. Well, identity change habits are not easy to do because you have to change your belief in that. You have to change your belief. You have to change your worldview. Because these identity habits are basically based on your affective domain. I hope I'm not going into the jargon of that. So Bloom's taxonomy learning, you see a cognitive domain. Understand? You know what is a cognitive domain? You are learning. Learning is done in the cognitive domain. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, civil, mechanical, everything is whatever you learn. The mathematics is a cognitive domain. You got to reproduce it. Understand? That's going to help you pass your examination. That's going to help you go ahead in life, go up in life. That is the knowledge which you gain is in cognitive domain. Knowing is cognitive domain. So most of our school system, most of our education system is based in cognitive domain, unfortunately. But we live our work in affective domain. What is affective domain? How we feel. To know is cognitive. To feel is what? Empathy, love, understanding, leadership, anger, everything comes in the affective domain. Has it been ever taught to you? So as an officer, you have to work on this domain and get, because once you become an officer, most of the time you will be working on the affective domain. leading a team, analyzing something, telling them, empathy, leadership, all these things come in a affective domain. Yes, cognitive domain, yes, you are sent for a training, you are to write, all these knowledge is given to you. But these things, feeling of that will not given to you easily. So you have to earn it by your own self. Relationship, how do you treat relationship? That comes in affective domain. So if you are in the same kind of a mindset, same kind of a situation where you have a difficult or a critical relationship with most of you, then ask yourself this question. What should I do? How do I correct it? So that I can be in this part. So all these things are there. I'm not going into those kind of things, but basically remember yourself. One is if you want to be an officer, one is you have an impeccable discipline. Second thing is you have a courage to stand up and say, this is what I want to do, this is what is correct as according to me, and accept it if it is wrong. Again, the affective domain comes, our ego comes in. Why should I accept it? No. That's what I said as an officer. Once you know that your idea or your plan is not going to work, say that yes, I'm sorry, I'll come with a better plan next time. That kind of a courage you must have. And third is develop that distinctive identity which will propel you to become happy as well as achieving your progression in the world. Being happiness is the basic index of everybody in life, whether you agree or you don't agree. Understand? Being happy at what you are doing is the fundamental index of whether you are successful or not. You have produced something, your production capacity is very high, but if you are not happy in life, you are not going to be that sustainable. So therefore, have this kind of things, so definitely you will have an officer-like life, and enjoy that kind of thing. So I hope I have not exceeded my time. And this is what it is, the life is very simple. It is not only the, as I said, competitive exam cell, it is everything is there. You try to enjoy that particular thing. And what is enjoyment? Again, going to affective domain. What do you enjoy? Going for a cup of coffee, going for a movie, bunking a class, bunking the examination. Is that enjoyment? Think of that. Think of the various levels of enjoyment, how you can get those kind of things. Whether it is sustainable, how it is going to contribute to the betterment of your life so that you can enjoy it throughout the life. So therefore, work more on your affective domain so that you will have a better and a distinctive identity of your own as an officer. Once again, I thank you very much for those cadets who escorted me from this place to this. I am also honored to be there because they are the ones who have given a guard of honor to the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister. You are very comfortable. This is achievement. This is achievement. So therefore, you aim to do it in life, so that definitely you will be happy as well as you are. If you empower others, automatically you will be empowered. So there is a misconception. Mग मी ह्यांना power दिलं तर मला कोणीच विचारणार नाहीये. Understand? That is where the empowerment comes. If I empower her, that means she is empowering somebody else. I automatically become empowered. That thing should be there in you. Therefore, I said, you are spreading this empowerment qualities. You can call it as cultivating the empowered community because of this. And on completion of 1 year, I wish you a very, very happy birthday. Number one. And second thing is, on this occasion, I declare this conclave, which is going to have a lot of activities, I declare this conclave open. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words, and also thank you for giving us our name, Cultivating Empowerment Community. Such a great name you have given, sir, and you already mentioned that we are officers. Now I think responsibility has increased a lot, and yes, sir, we will definitely give you a promise that as a youths of India, we will definitely do some such good things for the country. And sir mentioned even about officer-like punctuality, discipline. I would like to share one experience of mine. I am not punctual very much. I come 10 to 20 minutes late. My mother used to observe me daily. Like I used to go 10 to 20 minutes late. मी घरी जायचो तेव्हा आई म्हणायची काय झालं, म्हणलं सरांनी बाहेर ठेवलं आहे उशीर झाला आहे म्हणून. मम्मीने काही बोलली नाही, फक्त ऑब्झर्व केलं. त्याच्यानंतर एक खूप सारे दिवस कन्सिस्टंटली मी ती मिस्टेक करत होतो, रिपीट करत गेलो. आणि जेव्हा मी घरी एकदा मम्मीने मला विचारलं तर काय झालं, तेव्हा मला खूप त्रास झाला होता की मी एक अपॉर्च्युनिटी मिस केली होती, जी म्हणजे मला एक लेक्चर द्यायचं होतं स्टेजवर. मॉडेल युनायटेड नेशन पण कॉन्फरन्स होती इंटरनॅशनल अफेअर्सची. सो त्यामध्ये माझा चान्स मिस झाला. तर मम्मीने मला फक्त एकच म्हणलं, त्या वर्षी तुझ्या वडिलांनी एअर इंडियाची अपॉर्च्युनिटी 2 मिनिटामध्ये मिस केली. 2 मिनिटं मला लेट पोचले, त्यांची अपॉर्च्युनिटी मिस केली. समोर उदाहरण आहे तुझं, तू आता बघ काय करायचं आहे. सो आय रिड्यूस माय टाईम. म्हणजे ते इट ऑस्ट्रक मी. I was shocked to hear that because my father had also not told me these things. He missed an Air India opportunity. So it was a major drawback. So sir mentioned punctuality. Why punctuality is important? For these reasons. We have experienced it, everything. Even sir mentioned about discipline. Discipline is most important. At the end, what matters is satisfaction. Like from the bottom of the heart, if you are satisfied, then only you are real successful. माय ब्रदर आस्क्ड मी येस्टरडे दॅट दादा मी खूप टेन्स्ड आहे JEE द्यायला, काय करू. म्हणजे मला खूप कॉम्पिटिशन आहे, आजूबाजूला स्कोर कमी येतो आहे, माझा म्हणजे फ्लक्च्युएट होतो स्कोर. त्याला फक्त एकच गोष्ट म्हणली की तू सॅटिस्फाईड आहेस का त्या रिझल्टनी. जर तू असशील त्या रिझल्ट सॅटिस्फाईड देन यू सक्सेसफुल, रॅदर देन नाही. तो म्हणला हो झालं, म्हणजे मी सॅटिस्फाईड तर नाही आहे सध्या, बट आय विल टेक युअर वर्ड्स. म्हणजे त्याचा अप्रोच पॉझिटिव्ह होता त्यावेळी. सो हे सगळे असे गोष्टी आहेत ते वी हॅव टू इम्प्लिमेंट इट. सर इवन एफेक्टिव्ह डिसिजन मेकिंग प्रोसेसेस. जेव्हा आपण कधी डिसिजन घेतो ना तेव्हा दोन्हीचा विचार करतात, प्रोज आणि कॉन्स. हा डिसिजन घेतल्यावर कसं आपल्या फॅमिलीला इफेक्ट करेल, कसं आपल्या सोसायटीला इफेक्ट करेल, कसं आपल्या सराउंडिंगला इफेक्ट करेल. सो डिसिजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस पण खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. अँड टू इवन आवर फॅकल्टी सर अखिल जोशी सर मेन्शन दॅट वी हॅव टू एक्सप्रेस आवर सेल्फ इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल. So today I will express our team. On behalf of our team, I will say CEC is not just a club, it's a family. We always stay united. Means काही जरी प्रॉब्लेम आले तरी आम्ही एकत्र असतोच. We believe in integrity also. Everyone, each and every member. Each and every aspirant, each and every youth sitting here should believe in integrity. शेवटी एकच गोष्ट आहे की जी तुम्हाला शेवटपर्यंत खुश मिळते ती युनिटी. म्हणजे आपण असं नाही, पर्सनल गोल्स आहेतच सगळ्यांचे, लाईक पर्सनल सगळ्यांना अचिव्हमेंट्स करायचे, पण थोडीशी जागा दुसऱ्यांना पण तो ठेवली पाहिजे आपण. लाईक वी हॅव टू इवन सर मेन्शन अबाउट रिलेशनशिप्स. आजकाल जग खूप असं प्रॅक्टिकल होत चालेल असं दिसून येतं कधी कधी. मग आपल्याला रिलेशन्स का महत्त्वाचे आहेत. रिलेशन गिव्ह यू सॅटिस्फॅक्शन. कोणतरी आहे, वी हॅव समवन विथ अस. सो रिलेशनशिप इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट. आमच्या घरी पण असं असतं की रिलेशनशिप्सला खूप महत्त्व दिलं पाहिजे आपण. आपलं वर्क असतं, आय नो इन दिस बिझी अँड हेक्टिक शेड्यूल वी डोंट हॅव टाईम फॉर अवर रिलेटिव्स, इवन फॉर अ फॅमिली ऑल्सो. माझी एक बहीण आहे USA ती दुसरीकडे, ती म्हणजे 18 वर्ष झाल्यानंतर ठीक आहे तिने काय केलं, दुसरं घर बदललं तिचं. सो ती दुसरं घर राहायला गेली आणि तिची मम्मी तिच्याकडनं परमिशन घ्यावी लागते आधी, येऊ का घरी. तिची मम्मी म्हणते की मला तिला व्हॉट्सअपवर टेक्स्ट करावं लागतं की तू घरी येऊ का, आपल्याला हे कल्चर पाहिजे का आपलं कल्चर पाहिजे. लाईक वी मेंटेनिंग डायव्हर्सिटी अँड इंटिग्रिटी अँड दॅट्स वॉट इज रिक्वायर्ड हिअर. So I would like, on behalf of competitive exam cell, I would like to thank each and every aspirants present here, each and every youth present here. Ma'am, sir, our chief guest, honorable chief guest, thank you so much.
So it brings us to the end of inaugural function of this conclave. I extend my gratitude to the chief guest, Professor R.S. Joshi, for sparing his valuable time with us. I also thank our Deputy Director, all the Deans, Head of Departments, faculty members for their valuable presence. Now I request you all to please raise for the Vande Mataram.
Rajarshi
I request all to be please seated.